Welcome back to Lunchtime Politics. And now let's bring you some of the stories in brief. We begin with Ogun ADP campaigns. The governorship candidate of the faction of the ADP in Ogun State and a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Dimeji Bankole, has promised to develop the grassroots as the nearest to the people. He said that the neglect of the third tier of government has largely been responsible for the underdevelopment of the socio-economic and political development of the country. And Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has rounded off the campaign tour of the 21 local government areas of the state for all the candidates of the All Progressives Grand Alliance ahead of the general election. The last 4 local government areas visited include Anambra East, Anambra West, Waru and Obosi and Idemili local government area. Governor Obiano, last lap of the tour, not only canvasses for votes for all the APGA candidates running in Anambra State and other states, but also reconciles warring communities and individuals, urging everyone to pursue peace as that is the only way to make progress. And finally, the governorship candidate of the Action Alliance party in Imo State, Uche Nwosu, has promised to revamp the agricultural sector of Imo State and also ensure that all primary and secondary schools in the state are ICT-based if elected into office. Mr. Nwosu disclosed this while campaigning at Abombise local government area of Imo State, where he also promised the expansion of some key roads in the state. Let's continue with our guest who's in our Abuja studios, Mr. Aboyomi Akirimale. He is a retired commissioner of police. We'd like to thank you so much for your patience on the program and ask, perhaps, we've heard that all commissioners of police in the 36 states, also Abuja, have been directed to put adequate, functional and purposeful security arrangements ahead of the general elections. But what do you make of what we've seen in Plateau State, for example, INEC office that was razed, all the materials razed by fire, and what previously happened in Abia State as well?
Well, the details of what happened are yet to be made available, of how that happened. However, we are learning a very great lesson from that, because the Inspector General has given directive to all commissioners of police to provide special protection for INEC. These are situational security measures. That's circumstantial. At this particular point in time, those are vulnerable points that particular attention must be paid to. And has given that instruction. We believe that with what has happened now, it will not happen again.
Would you say that our election system is vulnerable? How would you rate our election risk profile?
Well, we still believe that we're going to have a hitch-free election because a series of meetings have been held and contingents have been dispatched to the state commands, to the zones, to enlighten some PCROC members who also have a duty to enlighten members of their community on what to do and to be law-abiding during this election. So we still believe that the INEC officials are going to have an enabling environment for them to perform their duties, and the security officials are going to perform their duty in line with the best practices all over the world.
We'd like to thank you so much, Mr. Abayomi Akirimale, retired police commissioner, for joining us on the program. While still talking about preparations ahead of the forthcoming polls, let's go over to Kano State. Our correspondent Idris Jibrin with the latest, especially how Nigerians are reacting to the collection deadline of PVCs. Idris, good to have you on the program. Tell us what's happening.
Exactly. Thank you, Millicent. Like you know, today is actually the deadline for the collection of the permanent voter cards. In Kano State, we are here in Dala local government, which is one of the largest local governments in Nigeria. And there are a bunch of permanent voter cards uncollected, and there are so many people outside waiting to collect their permanent voter cards. We don't actually know whether all these people will be able to collect their permanent voter cards today, but we're being joined by an electoral officer from the Independent National Electoral Commission here in Kano, who will be telling us what the situation exactly on ground and how they intend to distribute those permanent voter cards. Can you tell us, how do you intend to provide all this to the electorate?
Well, since 2011, we have about more than 300,000 cards, which is, of today, we already distribute about more than 85% of the cards. Here is Gobra, we have 12 RA. In Dala local government, the Gobra is one of the largest RA, we have it in Dala. The largest population we have it in Dala is Gobrawa. Most of the card here is Gobrawa. And also around 70 to 80% of the people of Gobra collected their own cards. Most of the people think they are going to extend till elections to collect their own PVC.
Well, thank you very much for giving us this update, Millicent. Like you know, these are sensitive materials, and we have voters outside. There is no way we can be able to talk to the voters from the inside. We have to go outside to be able to talk to the voters. So I'm going to walk right outside this facility to get a sense of some of the voters who have been here for quite some time to get their permanent voter cards. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Comrade Mubarak Adam Saleh.
How long have you been trying to collect your permanent voter cards?
It is almost 10 times. I came here, they registered me twice. The first time that they registered me, they told me that I should come back and collect it. I came back, they told me that it is not ready and it's not out. I said, register me again, and I came back, they told me that it is not yet out. They asked me to go back and check my 2011 card. I come with it, they told me that even the 2011 is not yet ready. This is against our freedom of, to elect and to be elected for. That's not our right. We have no right to elect who want to be elected in the next coming general election.
Thank you very much for giving us this heads up.
All right, Idris Jibrin, I'd like to thank you for that update. So lots of reactions coming from that and across the country. We'd definitely like you to keep watching Channels Television, where we bring you the latest. Let's get a sense of all of this. We were previously speaking to the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Rotimi Oyekome, and he is with us via Skype, and we hope that you can hear us. You were saying when we asked about today being the last day, and I also asked you about the students who said that they needed more time to collect their PVCs.
Thank you very much for having me. Unfortunately, we cannot extend the deadline beyond today. The opportunity to collect has been on for quite some time. I hope that a lot of people that didn't have the opportunity to meet the last deadline, that's the previous one, will be able to collect today.
Tell us about the situation with Plateau State. Fire raised down lots of sensitive materials over there, and then Abia situation. What are the plans for INEC and working with security agencies to ensure that all goes well?
Thank you very much. It is true that we had an incident on February 2nd in Abia, and then another incident in Plateau State. Unfortunately, some of our items were burnt down, including some permanent voter cards and some other equipment. What the Commission has done is that in the case of Abia, we have already reprinted the permanent voter cards and delivered them to states, those that are affected in that area. For Plateau State, we have asked the resident electoral commissioner to open a register and then take the details of those who will come within the time frame established for the collection of cards, okay, the PVCs, and then we will reprint those cards and deliver them in good time before the general election. So the time is tight, but we are prepared to go to that extent and bend backwards. We'd
like to thank you, and the time is tight here as well. We'd like to apologize, but thank you so much for joining us on Lunchtime Politics. That's how we wrap things up at this time. Channels Television, your home for the news. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker.